Hey, hello guys. Are you ready, man? This Sunday's going to be a great Sunday, October 12th. Looky there, our puppet stage. We got some color on the puppet stage and got that fixed up and changed up. So thank you, Reed. We also got the board underneath painted, so that's stained. And so things are looking good. Just keep changing. Got a couple extra suitcases this week. Thank you, Heather Brown, for bringing those by. So this week we're looking at Job. And the story on Job, we're talking about friends this week. Again, we're doing traveling. So again, wear clothes for, going on a trip to Hawaii. Again, we've got some things here you can put on, a pilot's outfit and some other things, some hats and all. The memory verse to review, the memory verse that we have, the memory verse review is t-shirts that are in this suitcase. And they have the memory verse on the t-shirts, and so that the kids can put those on and wear them, and then you put them in the right order for the memory verse at the end, close to your memory verse review. The game at the very first, what you're supposed to do at the game at the very first is you're supposed to make paper airplanes. So I've got you a whole stack of paper, and what I think would be best, because it takes a while for kids to actually make airplanes, I would have them come in, put their name on one sheet of paper. I would take the back table back there in the corner that we use for coloring, and I would make that table a paper airplane table and set that up, and then have the kids, once they put their name on it, maybe help them walk through how to make a paper airplane. If you don't know, take a few seconds, learn how to make a paper airplane. That's one, used to be a skill that every kid knew how to do it. That's one of those things that I found out recently, that kids do not know how to make paper airplanes. Nobody has ever taught them. It's just a simple skill. It's fun. So they're going to need this for the game time, because then when it's time to play the game, they're going to take their paper airplanes, they're going to line up, and what they're going to do is try to see who can throw. You can do, I think you can do two different things, but I think the easiest just to who can throw their paper airplane the furthest. The easiest probably would be is they start at the stage, somewhere close to the stage, and they throw it out towards the audience or something that way. Maybe down the center to see, and have one group go and then the next group go, something like that. Or you could do it at the blue line and have them do it towards the stage, and maybe see who could land, how many they can land on the stage or something. So I find out when I'm doing competitions like that, sometimes it's easier to wad up the paper and throw it as a paper wad. It'll go further. But that's the game. The story this week is a really sweet story. It really deals with friendship and dealing with Job and what Job dealt with on his friends. And you know what? Job had what seemed like really, really good friends, and then all of a sudden his friends turned on him, and they went from being really, really nice to they just turned sour. And so the focus for you is having someone, picking someone to share a story of a friendship maybe that's gone south for them. And man, I had a friendship and it went south. Everything was good. Everything was great. And then it just fell apart. And I think that's really important and really critical for these kids to hear that and understand that, hey, that's exactly, those kind of things happen to us, that we have friendships that fall and they turn south. And so, what did you do about it? What did you do about a friendship that turned south? And I think a key to a friendship that turned south is being able to say, hey, I prayed for that friend. What did you do? I prayed for that friend. I started praying for that person. And some friendships, even understanding, hey, there's certain friendships at school, maybe you're not supposed to be the best friend with that person anymore, and helping them understand that. I think with the older kids, you can walk through that and talk with them about that. And I think that's a really important lesson to understand, that there's certain friendships that sometimes you're not supposed to have anymore, because maybe that friendship influences you in the wrong way. And so I think it's okay for them to understand that not all friendships are healthy and good. So you may need to, you can still be nice to the person because you're in classroom together, but you don't necessarily have to be best friends and hang out all the time. And then there's other ones is, hey, there may be, are you the good friend? Do you need to be like Job's friends, or do you need to be the friend that's being nice, or are you being the ugly friend that's saying ugly things? So just, you know, there's all different ways you can go. Allow the Holy Spirit, this is the key, allow the Holy Spirit to direct you at those times when you're talking to the kids and say, hey, God, you know, Holy Spirit, what is this group of kids that I'm working with? What do they need to pray about? What do they need to do? And allow them to pray about that. Okay, our craft memory verse, you can go over the memory verse, and then we've got the hats for the 4th, 5th, 6th, and then we've got the t-shirts. Here, we are not really using the suitcases for anything. They're just decorations on the stage. However, we have little mini box suitcases that the kids, this takes a few seconds to make. It's a box that's flat, and then they square it up. You fold one end, and once you fold one end, then you leave the other end open. There's a little bitty holes on the end that are right there on the end, and you put the handle. So this is your handles. And so you fold that over and stick the handle down in there. Once you stick the handle down in there, then for the memory verse, what we do is we made clothes. We did them different colors. So there's yellow, green, pink, and purple clothes. And they just get to cut the clothes out and fit them inside the suitcase. Okay, so it's just cutting. These don't need anything. They don't need any tape or anything like that. I would have them put their names on them. So write their names on their suitcase. And so I just thought these were really cool little things to help. All right, guys, you're gonna be great. For first service, Jessica is your lead teacher, and she's the leads in charge. So Jessica is your go-to. For second service, it's Shay Lee is your lead teacher. She's the go-to. For first service, we have a floater that's out in the hallway looking around. So if there's anything that you need for first service, Karen Bastable is our floater for first service. For second service, it's Danielle Huffman. So she can help you with anything, things like that. All right, love you guys. You're gonna do great. Read through the lesson plans. Sharon and I are going out to East Texas. We're gonna go to a baby dedication of our grandchild. And so we will not be here this Sunday. So love you guys. You'll do great. Bye.